Welcome to day 19 of our video advent calendar. I can't believe we've only got 5 days left in our 24-day adventure. And today I have my book ready with my ornament to see what ornament goes on my tree. And we're going to go and see what Lucy's been up to. And today I'm going to share with you some ideas for decorating your Christmas table. Whether you have a big group or a small group, and this year, as we know, we're going to be having smaller groups than we perhaps normally would, it's always nice to do something special on the table to make it very, very Christmassy. So I have a few ideas that I'm going to show you, and I'll share with you what I'm doing with my table this year. And but first of all, let's see what ornament I have in my book. So let me take the ribbon off and let's open it up. Oh, I have my other really sweet wooden. Now, remember we had one of these the other day, but this one says Merry Christmas. And again, it has this little bird on it. And I just really like the natural wooden type ornament, especially on our tree this year, because as we cut it down behind the manor, it's very natural. It's not got that perfect shape. It's a big Charlie Brown tree, I always call it, but these kind of ornaments look so pretty on there because they're much more natural rather than the kind of more of the store-bought uniform ornaments, which look fantastic on that type of tree. But the one we're doing this year, I want it to look a little bit more authentic and a bit more natural. So this is going to be perfect. So I'm going to add this to my tree and let's go see what Lucy's been up to. Today, Lucy is giving out free elf kisses. One of my favorite parts of Christmas is decorating the table. And so today I thought I would share some of my ideas that I'm going to be using this Christmas for one of my tables, and maybe they're ideas that you could use on your Christmas table, and maybe they'll just inspire you to do something completely different. But I have a few tips and tricks that I use regularly, and so I'll share them with you today. So the way I always start with a table is I always like to anchor it with kind of my main points through the middle of the table first, and then I kind of fill in the decoration around it. So I'm using my Dickens theme because that's obviously what I've been using all Christmas in the manor. So I'm using some old vintage books because obviously that's very very Dickens, and so I'm going to put two at this end. I'm going to put two at this end. I'm just going to move these out of the way. And then I have three in the middle. So they're really my anchor points. Now, I can't have a table without candles, and so I'm using my candelabras. And again, I'm just going to add them on top of my book. So again, I've got some height, and it just anchors both ends. I'll put this one on this here. And the other thing with a dinner table is you obviously don't want to go too high and too full, because when people are sitting at a dinner table, they want to be able to speak and talk and have conversation across the table. So anytime I use anything high, I try to use things that are kind of fairly see-through. So candelabras are really good, but you kind of don't want to have something too big and bulky because people are then always kind of dodging around the item to be able to see across. So my middle point, I'm actually going to use this really cute little Christmas tree. And I'm going to put it right in the center. So now I've got my three kind of anchor points. And on my little Christmas tree, I've done, just added some dried oranges, because again, I wanted that kind of Victorian theme. Now, the other item I'm going to use, because I'm doing Dickens, is my tiny little violin. And it doesn't have any strings on it, but it's just really cute, and it's very in keeping with that kind of era. So I'm actually going to put that in my center. And then I have the bow of it. I'm going to put that the other way. Now I'm going to actually add some greenery into this and probably some more candles, but I've now got my kind of basic foundation anchored point, and now I can just add in the other pieces in between these items. So I'm going to add a few more candlesticks, and I always try and do things like candlesticks in threes. I find that if you put 3 together, it kind of gives a good kind of collection, I guess is the best way of saying it. And as with these, I've got some different ones. So I've got one that's more kind of like the old, you know, you take it to bed in the Victorian times. I've got a taller one that's going to have a tall candle in, and then this sweet little small one. On this side, again, I've got another one that's got the, and then just a tiny little one. And so again, using them as a little collection really works well and can be very, very simple. I think, again, you don't need to complicate and make it too busy. So again, I like to try and keep it fairly simple, and it just feels very Victorian, from the violin to the dried oranges to the candles. And so now all I'm going to do is add in a bit of greenery, and this table setting is pretty much ready to go. And the final piece is to put our plates and glasses out. So I'm actually going to be using gold chargers as my base, and then I'm going to do a double plate. I'm going to do a large dinner plate and a small plate, and then I'm going to be using these clear goblets. For my plates, I'm using my mismatch vintage plates. So I have a variety of different colors and designs. I've kind of chosen them in the kind of reds and pink kind of range, so they all go together, but you could use your favorite plates, whatever type you like, to make your table look beautiful. And so for my center of my plates, I'm just using a very simple pine cone, and I'm going to put that in the middle, and I'm just going to put a little touch of green with it, and that's going to be my kind of place setting. You could add names to them. I will be sharing some other ideas of how I'm going to do my place names in a video in the next couple of days, but for today I'm just doing a very simple pine cone, which I think is very effective. So with the table ready for dinner, I'll see you tomorrow on day 20 of our video Advent calendar.